There we go. I think he's on Casey's bike, you know, that's why.
Oh, right.
There we go. Yeah, he is indeed on the number 7. So we wait for them for the lights to go out for the final time. Junior LC40s is underway. It's a good start from Evan Belford, who leads down towards turn 1. Looks like it's going to be Ross Maguire that holds on to second place with Aidan Davey holding on to third position. We've got a tangle at the first corner as well. Karis Jones in that mix there, and Ollie Walker, I'm afraid to say. Both are up and okay and trying to get back on the motorcycles. Karis trying to get the bike back up and running. And Ollie Walker as well, both a little bit up, as you can probably understand, a bit disappointed with that being the outcome of the turn 1. And Karis has managed to get the bike going once again there, Sophie. But, yeah, she's really been on form over the last sort of race or so, hasn't she? And There's a disappointing end to it.
In the meantime, we've got Evan
out in front, yeah.
He's getting chased down by the 2 Scotch lads. The Flying Scotchmen, I think we need to call them from now on.
Ross Maguire in second place, Aidan Davey in third, Declan Connell in fourth, Lewis Rendell still holding on to fifth place so far. He was, of course, involved in that tangle on the last lap that sent Eddie O'Shea down the road in the AC40 Pro race around about an hour or so ago. Then comes Josh Watley in fifth place. So Watley's made... well, it says he's made an interesting start. He's down into fifth place and he started in fourth. So he's lost a position off the start, which isn't too bad, all things considered. But nonetheless, I have to say I'm really admiring the determination of Ollie and of Karis, because they're both getting out there and back on their motorcycles as well, which I think is absolutely wonderful.
Best thing to do, Tom.
Absolutely. It's like riding a horse, isn't it? If you fall off the horse, best thing to do, get back on it, isn't it?
Yep.
So out in front, Evan Belford into the infield loop they go. Second place, still Ross Maguire. Then comes Aidan Davey with his Guy Martin replica crash helmet. There's a bit of a gap then back to Declan Connell. He's got Josh Watley and Eddie O'Shea in tow. And Eddie O'Shea, so apologise, I should say Sandy Horn in tow. And Sandy Horn slides it up the inside of Josh Watley down to sixth position then for the number 70.
We've got a rider down just on the back straight over there, unfortunately.
We do indeed, yes.
Can't see who it is.
Yellow flag, I think it may be Taylor Lawrence who's gone down. No, we know Ollie Walker's gone down, but I think it could be, given the green flashes on this crash helmet, it could be Taylor Lawrence, but we'll give you more information on that as soon as we can. It's a bit difficult to tell from where we're standing, unfortunately. There's a horde of marshals standing in the way. But Evan Belford out in front in this race. 0.8 of a second was the margin he had over Ross Maguire in second place. Then Aidan Davey is in third. Declan Connell in fourth. Sandy Horn up to fifth position, of course, on that last lap. And Evans looking like he's trying to gap the second place man at the moment. Meanwhile, Sandy Horn sliding it up the inside of Declan Connell into fourth position as well. I'm really impressed with how much he's gotten into the groove over the last couple of races, Sophie.
He has indeed. I mean, I know I've got a little soft spot for Sandy, as he shares my love with Evel Knievel, so I wonder if that influences his little dive up the inside just there.
Brilliant to see. Lewis Rendell holding on to seventh place so far. James Cook in eighth with Betty Stewart Campbell all the way down in ninth position. It's really not been a good weekend for Stuart Campbell, and interesting to see the Mellor brother of Owen out on track, of course, on Casey O'Gorman's bike as well. Not something we are too familiar to seeing, but nonetheless a great spectacle to have here in the FAB-Racing British Mini Bikes Championship, because of course that's the bike that often ends up winning a lot of the races within the AC40 Pro category. So great to see it being used once again.
No, well, it seems to be that Evan and the 2 Flying Scotsmen have managed to pull a little bit of a gap now, haven't they?
They have indeed. Meanwhile, Stuart Campbell trying to get it up the inside of James Cook. On the number 44 is James Cook. Stuart Campbell on the number 99. Into the final corner we go. And Lewis Rendell just in front of these two as well. It's a really interesting battle that's going on for the lower top 10 positions. Meanwhile, Ryan Hitchcock's got himself ahead of Dylan Mellor, up into 10th place for the number 43. Dylan Mellor down into 11th. Josh Bannister holding on to a stable 12th place. He looks a bit lonely out there all on his own there, Sophie.
He does indeed. I think this will be where he can start pulling a bit more of his time, though, and working on his racecraft just a little bit more. No,
exactly. Belfort, though, still out in front. The gap to the second place man of Ross Maguire was 0.9 of a second as they came across the line. That looks to have stayed there and thereabouts the same. Aidan Davey, though, on the number 38 bike, is holding on to a good podium position. He'll be pleased with that, I'm sure, if he can finish there. Sandy Horn still holding on to fourth place then. Fifth comes Declan Connell. Sixth is Josh Watley. Then's Lewis Rendell in seventh. James Cook in eighth. Stuart Campbell in 9th position, with that battle still going on between them and Lewis Rendell. We'll keep an eye on proceedings within that different little sort of skirmish that's going on. Whilst Ryan Hitchcock is battling with Dylan Mellor just outside the top 10 as well. Those two lying very close astern on circuit, just a few tenths of a second separating them. Mason Johnson in 13th position so far in this race, and Owen Mellor in 14th on Casey O'Gorman's race-winning motorcycle, and Caris Jones still holding on to 15th, so there's still a point to be made there.
There is indeed. As much as she needs to grit her teeth and get her head down now, just hopefully she can keep up the pace and keep that last point.
No, absolutely. Josh Watley managing to hold off the pressure of James Cook as well, and Watley looks to be going a bit further backwards in this race than we may be expecting, Sophie.
Yeah, I think he's been struggling a little bit with a few bike problems this weekend. I know when I spoke to him on the podium earlier on this afternoon, he said that he'd been having a few issues, but hopefully they will hold out and he can get a good finish in this race.
No, exactly. Only time will tell. Of course, after this race, we'll have Senior Mini Motos Race 3 on the way with the two grids, of course, the unrestricted and the restricted grids. Be an interesting race. We're looking forward to that. The riders popping themselves into pit lane, including Michael Mackenzie Gordon, who normally we would have a number that's with stickers on the front of their bike, but Michael Mackenzie Gordon's just got a permanent marker, I think, and written his number on
marker pen, just drawn it on.
There we go. He's happy about that. There we go. So Belford out in front in this race, 0.8 of a second ahead of Ross Maguire is the number 52. Brilliant to see. Meanwhile, Josh Watley's trying to get himself ahead of Declan Connell as well. So Watley down to 6th. O'Connell in 5th position, and just behind Watley as well. He's going to have to be very careful because James Cook's right at the clutches.
James Cook has surprised me this weekend. He's been riding amazing, hasn't he?
He really has, yeah. One of those tracks where it's just sort of clipped for him, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant to see.
And that is obviously the younger brother of Max Cook.
There we go, you see. There we go. All works out, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
There we are. There we are. Speaking of Max Cook, there
he is.
Holding his arms up in the air. He's very happy. He's probably pleased with his podium result, I'm sure.
I'm sure he is.
So on towards the final lap we go, and in towards the final couple of corners. It is going to be number 52, Evan Belford, around the final corner. Absolutely brilliant result. Evan Belford takes the checkered flag. Fantastic for the number 52. Ross Maguire comes home in 2nd place. Aidan Davey in 3rd. That is your podium for the Junior LC40 race. Inside the top 5, we've got Sandy Horn and Declan Connell. It's further down the order, though, where things get really interesting because Declan Connell's battling with Josh Watley. Will Watley be able to get it to the line? No, he won't. So Watley does a best result of 6th place.
This is Cool FAB Racing.